Hi everybody, welcome to my channel English Club. How are you guys doing? Hopefully everybody is safe and sound during this lockdown. Anyway, let's come back to the topic. Today I brought this video for you guys about history, a lesson that is really famous, really popular among the history classes, and sometimes students have confusion to understand those topics. Yes, I'm talking about the French Revolution. In French Revolution, what happened, why there was a revolution, and everything. I have brought this for you in this video. So please stay with me until the whole video. Well, this video is just the introduction. In this introduction, I'm going to explain you what things that we're going to talk about, because introduction is very important. If you don't understand the small and basic things, it will be a problem to understand. So let's start the introduction, and in this video I'll just explain you the main characters, why and where did that revolution started. And so let's start the video. Introduction. French Revolution. Today, we're going to have a quick view over the introduction of the French Revolution. The event of 14 July 1789. What happened on 14 July 1789? Why this date is so important in French history? We'll have a look on it. Outbreak of French Revolution. The date 14 July 1789 is also known as the outbreak of the French Revolution. We'll study over a quick view that what happened and how the French Revolution started, why it was an outbreak of the French Revolution on 14 July 1789. The storming of the Bastille. When you see this sentence here, the storming of the Bastille, well, Bastille is actually a French name which is pronounced differently, so I'm sorry, I'm not really good at French pronunciation. We'll consider it a Bastille. There should be two questions in your mind that comes up. What's Bastille? Number two, why people were storming to the Bastille? Let's have a quick view over these questions that will give us more information about the French Revolution, that why it started. What's Bastille? Many of you, wherever you have heard or seen the French Revolution topic or lesson, you may have seen this picture, very popular and very common, which represent the French Revolution. This was the event that happened on 14 July 1789. And actually it looks like this way. Bastille, the fortress. What was Bastille? The Bastille was fortress in Paris. King used the Bastille as a prison for upper class people of French society. I would like to tell you that during those times, in 17th centuries, the French society was divided in three groups according to their level. So it was first and second class, and the third, and then was third class. So there were three classes: first class, second class, and third class. Three type of people were in the society. And we will discuss what kind of people were in the first class and second class, and what were their advantage and being in first class, second class, or third class. So, well, that's for the another topic. Let's go ahead. So now you have idea what is Bastille. Bastille is a fort, is a castle that is that was situated in Paris, and the king of that time used this castle, the Bastille, as a prison. So the people from the upper class, they were under lock in this prison. Wow, did you hear the sound? Why people were storming to the Bastille? This question is very interesting, and it gives a lot more information about what happened, how the revolution started in France. People were feared that the king would send the army to crush this unofficial gathering of the National Assembly. What do you mean, teacher? Well, here, as I told you that the French society was categorized in three different categories: the upper class, middle class, and there was third class, lower class. So the upper class and the middle class, these two societies group had some kind of advantage which the third class was not getting. So these third class they were actually not the people that belonged to third class. They were not really happy from the king or this system. They were really exhausted. There were many reasons why they were exhausted, why they did not like the system. We will just discuss about it in our next video in detail. But just you have to know that those people from the lower class, they were not really happy from the king and the system. That's why they decided to make their own assembly where people could go and meet and talk about the system, and which represent that they were going against the king. In the kingdom, when someone goes against the king, they can expect what would happen to them. So that's why when people of the third or the lower class, they gathered of the National Assembly, they were feared, like, now we are against the king may take action against us. So many people started going to center of the Paris to show support for this National Assembly that defended the right of the people. So the people in Paris, all over the Paris, they started gathering in the center of the Paris. Why? Just to show the support that we are supporting this newly established National Assembly, which is in favor of the people's right. So when people started gathering in the center of the Paris, then the king sent his army into the Paris, and then the violence broke out on 14 July 1789, which was revolution took place when crowds in Paris stormed to Bastille to seize the guns and ammunition was being stored there to use against the king. So here, basically, why people stormed the Bastille? Because they knew that the king might take action against them, so they need some weapons, some guns, ammunitions to use to defend themselves from the king, from the army, so that they could fight with the king. That's why. And why then? The question is why only Bastille? The Bastille, because king was using this Bastille castle as a prison because it was a very big. There were only 7 people in the prison, only 7. But when crowd stormed to this building, this castle, they killed everybody that was whoever was trying to protect the castle. Crowd killed everybody, and they released those 7 prisoners. The most important thing was the king was using this castle to store their ammunitions, weapons, guns, and other stuffs. So the crowd, they knew that if we want to fight king, then we need weapons, guns, ammunitions. That's why they stormed to the Bastille, because they knew these things they can find in that castle. So note here, quick view, Bastille was a prison, and at the time of its storming in 1789, it It housed only 7 prisoners and was more as a weapon and ammunition store. Bastille Day is still remembered every year on 14 July, a national day of celebration for the French. Until now, they do celebrate the 14th July as a national day of celebration. So it was just a quick view over the French Revolution, but we'll talk in deep about the French Revolution in our next video. So bye bye for now.